Wild volatility in the London session, but still managing to stay on top of things. Even when the markets are less than favourable, you'll see in this video how using the criteria that we do, I managed to come out on top. Just. Okay, please remember to hit subscribe. Let's get straight over to the charts. Okay, early start today. I've just finished the London Trade Plan webinar for the PATI members and managed to get in on some trades straight away. In fact, I'm fully loaded. I've taken 6 trades, which is more often than not the maximum that I'll take at any one time. So you can see pound Japanese yen, this is starting to break towards the downside, seeing weakness in the pound at the moment. Taking this short at 6.06 as it came through an entry point. The Australian dollar, US dollar, saw this lovely move overnight because of the Australian dollar news in the early hours of the morning, London time. Taking this short, looking for further downside movement, taking this at 0.0. Australian dollar, Japanese yen, again, same move on this, and I've taken this one short. Got in this one at 88. US dollar, Japanese yen, took this long. This trade I actually took just before I sat down to do the trade plan at 7:30 this morning. The first trade that I took. And the US dollar, Canadian dollar, taking this long as price came through one of our entry points. Seeing that pull back a little bit, took this at 60. And the last trade that I'm holding is the New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Seeing a bit of a pullback on that right now. Got in this at 77, looking for that further downside movement that we saw throughout the Asian session. Okay, that's it. 6 trades I'm holding right now. I'll pause the video for a while and be back soon if there's any updates to give you. Okay, back with an update. We've seen these big drops in the value of the euro, and I've managed to get in on 2 more trades, 2 more than I would usually hold. So I usually hold 6 trades at any one time. Currently holding 8 trades. Euro, US dollar, saw this big move down and managed to get on this on a Momo, what we call a Momo trade. So looking for that further downside movement, and I've got my target set there. Because I'm limited for time today, I've got my target set at 2-to-1 across the board. So see how it goes. So Euro, US dollar in this one, looking for that further downside movement. The second one that I took was the Euro, Japanese yen, again a Momo trade. Saw that breakout there. I missed a really good entry point on that, but I was fully loaded. But I decided to give these 2 a go. In fact, I'm going to be locking in just to be on the safe side because I am over what I would normally take. I'm going to lock in break even. I don't really want to take a chance on losing anything on these. And for the rest of the trades, I'm still holding the Australian dollar, US dollar. Starting to see a little bit of profit on this. Australian dollar, Japanese yen, again that's moving through that 80 level now, looking quite good on that move down. US dollar, Japanese yen, slightly in the red on that one. And US dollar CAD, seeing a little bit of profit on that. New Zealand dollar, US dollar, profit on that one too. Okay, I'll pause again and I'll be back with an update very soon. Okay, back with an update. Those euro trades that I took, both of them pulled back and hit my price stop. So I'd locked in 2 pips on each of them. So I'm currently up 4 pips, seeing big reversals on these now. And yeah, both of those are pushing way back. These euros and pound moves at the moment are just crazy. They really are. There's no really difficult pairs to trade at the moment with what's happening in Brexit. Pound Japanese yen that I took, still holding that, seeing it playing around this 0.0 level, been through, pulled back, and now we're seeing that pullback quite a way now. So still holding on to that. I'll see what that does. I've got my stop loss in place. If it comes back and hits that, so be it. The Australian dollar, US dollar, seen this moving into profit again, pulling back on this one. Australian dollar, Japanese yen, exactly the same with this. Been through that 80 level, starting to pull back a little bit now. US dollar, Japanese yen, still in the red, very slightly with that. Just very close to my entry point right now. US dollar, Canadian dollar, seeing this one pulling back in the red. And the New Zealand dollar, US dollar, saw this move reasonably into profit, and again this one's pulling back as well. Okay, I'll let these run, and I shall be back soon with an update to see how this plays out. Okay, after seeing some crazy volatility on the euro and the pound, just thought I'd give you a quick run through of all what's been going on. Euro, US dollar, that Momo trade that I took, I pulled my price stop down locking in 2 pips, and you can see it just pulled way back and hit those 2 pips. I got 2 pips on the Euro US dollar. Euro Japanese yen exactly the same there. Price stop was in at 2 pips just to make sure that I didn't lose anything on that trade, and just as well price came rocketing back and giving me just 2 pips on that. The pound Japanese yen, this came back giving me a full stop, so I lost 12 pips on this trade. The Australian dollar, US dollar, still holding that, not doing a great deal. Price is right on my entry point right now. Australian dollar, Japanese yen showing a little bit of profit, just hovering around that 80 level. Still not doing a great deal there. US dollar, Japanese yen, still holding this slightly in the red. US dollar, Canadian dollar, saw this pull back here, giving me a full stop on this. So that's 10 pips I lost on the US dollar, Canadian dollar. And New Zealand dollar, US dollar, still holding that. So it pulled back so close to hitting my price stop there, but didn't quite hit there, and now it's coming back into profit. So we'll see what that does. So I'm currently down 18 pips, lost 12 pips on the GJ, 10 on the UC, and I made 4 pips between the EU and the EJ. So currently down 18 pips and holding. So I'll see if there's any other trades to take. What have I got? Just over 30 minutes left to trade this morning. So I'll pause for now, and I'll be back to let you know of any changes or any updates, or if I finish trading for the morning. Back soon. Back again. I've got about 5 minutes before I punch out of these trades and have to shut down for the morning, as I have to be out for an appointment. Still not seeing a great deal. Australian dollar, US dollar going sideways. As I'm speaking now, starting to see that push a little bit. It would be nice to see these last 5 minutes show a little bit of profit to give me the chance to win back those 18 pips that I'm down at the moment, and maybe a little bit of profit. Who knows? Australian dollar, Japanese yen, again seeing that still in profit, pushing down towards that 80 level. Maybe this is the move that I've been waiting for. US dollar, Japanese yen, still hovering around that entry level, right on the entry level point right now. And New Zealand dollar, US dollar, just starting to see that push down now, pushing past those, it's actually up against those previous lows, starting to come through that now. So like I say, 5 minutes and I'll be out, I'll be punching out, and I'll come back and just show you these charts when I finish, and then I'll be doing my results a bit later on today, and I'll put those out at the end of the video. Okay, I'll pause again and be back soon. Okay, completely out of time. I've punched out of those remaining trades. Okay, I'll be back a little later to finish the video off. Back with a roundup of today's events, much later in the day now, as I've been busy for the rest of the day. London today was really another one of those difficult trading days. Saw a lot of volatility on the euro and on the pound. Trades that were looking good, moving nicely into profit, just suddenly reversed, came back. You know, locking in 2 pips on a couple of trades. They were on the EU and the GJ, and then price just pulled back and hit those price stops. Just wasn't much to be had really. So I took 8 trades in all today, winning 6 and only losing 2, but still only coming out with 4 pips. Gives you a good idea as to how difficult it was and how crazy the price action was. But we just have to accept that, and these days will happen. You just have to deal with it and make sure that you keep your risk management tight so you can trade another day, ready for when the big moves kick in again. Okay, I'll leave it at that for now, and I shall be back soon with another video. Please remember to hit subscribe, and if you'd like to find out more about the way that we trade at the Price Action Traders Institute, you can get more details on my website, which is www.uktoasia.com. Okay, thanks very much, and I'll see you again soon.